Good afternoon, folks. So I was going through some stuff today, and one of my viewers on Twitter forwarded this to me, and I started reading it, and some shit just something's rotten in the state of Denmark. Where is my? Oh, never mind. Um. Now, I will include a link to this down below in the description. This is a blog from theinspiringdad.com. And I'll include the link down below so you guys can read this for yourself. This blog found something on Reddit. And, I started reading this, and then I, sort of did a little independent cross-referencing research just to be on the safe side. And you know what? This Redditor is onto something. This comes from Redditor Nexus. And, Nexus, if you see this, I hope you don't mind me broadcasting this. So, guys, when I read to you from this is Nexus's words. I want you to understand that, and I'll just interject my little thingies as I go along. So, thanks, Nexus. You're awesome. You're doing some great work. I know you didn't do this for me. You did it to ferret out the truth. And, I'm just going to broadcast this to a little bit of a different audience. So anyways, Nexus noticed this, and I'm going to read to you from this. He says, I've been heavily researching some of the more obscure side stories of the Halbach case, one of which is the timing and motive behind a civil lawsuit filed against Avery by Halbach's lawyer brother a year before Avery was tried criminally and the day after he settled the Manitowoc civil case. Isn't that convenient, folks? Wow, somebody's playing dirty pool. Nexus says this Halbach civil case and the motions by their attorneys had all the earmarks to prohibit Avery from any effective counsel for his criminal case. He was barred from getting a public defender, and the Halbachs attempted to freeze all of his available funds used for Strang and Buting's legal work. Then he says, below, I will summarize these events with details taken from local sources. February 15th, 2006, Stephen Avery settled the civil lawsuit with the county for $400,000. Here's what a lot of people don't understand. Nexus says $160,000 of this was held by the judge to cover legal costs. So Avery was left with $240,000. Funny how Kratz doesn't say that in any of his stupid little, well, Avery had the best defense team possible, blah, blah, blah. He had $400,000 to work with. No, he didn't, folks. Kratz is blowing smoke up your ass with that. Avery did not have $400,000 to work with. He had $240,000 to work with. And let me tell you something. The kind of defense that he got out of Strang and Buting was worth way more than $240,000. Effective immediately. So immediately upon Stephen Avery settling his civil lawsuit with Manitowoc County, effective immediately, the court disallowed Avery from having a public defender for the criminal case due to his financial status. Well, isn't that convenient? On February 16th, the very next day after he settles his civil case, Teresa Halbach's brother/attorney Tim abruptly filed a civil lawsuit in Calumet County against Avery on behalf of the family, seeking an unspecified amount of money. Note that Avery was still a year away from the criminal trial and as such was presumed innocent by the court of law, in theory at least. Mike Halbach told the media that the civil suit isn't about money but about justice, and the brother who filed it said it was our remedy for Teresa. Of course, the only possible outcome from any civil lawsuit is exactly that: money. He wasn't even found guilty. They hadn't even started trying his ass for this bullshit yet, and the Halbachs file a civil lawsuit against him for wrongful death when he hasn't even been proven to be the killer? Are you fucking shitting me? On February 18th, 2006, Stephen Avery transferred his available funds to a trust account on retainer for Strang and Buting's legal defense since he no longer qualified for a public defender. March 23rd, 2006, Attorneys for the Halbachs asked the judge to freeze any money that Avery still had remaining from the civil settlement. They also planned a motion to freeze all future earnings of Avery's as well until after their case concluded, i.e. long after the criminal trial concluded. The attorney for Halbach even admitted that this request to freeze all of a person's funds in a civil case is not typical, but it is certainly justifiable in this case. At Avery's request, the civil case was allowed to move to Manitowoc County. You dirty motherfuckers! Over there trying to bar him from being able to afford a defense team? What the fuck is wrong with you? That's some dirty shit right there. On March 24th, Judge Willis, the judge in the criminal case, recused himself from the civil lawsuit and he was replaced with Judge Dietz. For once, Judge Willis, I don't want to smack the shit out of you. Good job. On May 23rd, again, this is all from Redditor Nexus. These are all his words. I'm just the one throwing them out there. On May 23rd, the Halbach family called Avery's transfer of funds to the trust account held by Strang illegal since it wouldn't allow them to collect money if they'd win the civil case. The Halbach attorney proclaimed you cannot transfer all your funds to a non-refundable retainer when you have a lawsuit against you. By this point, 60% of the available funds had already been exhausted by Avery's legal team, according to Strang. You dirty motherfuckers, you plotted that shit. You didn't want him to be able to afford an attorney. Why? Why would you want that? Yeah, you know what? Fuck you. I feel for Teresa. I now no longer feel for you. On June 23, 2006, Judge Dietz denied the Halbach request to freeze these funds, stating, "The timing is suspicious, but it is equally plausible it was based on Avery's receipt of his settlement, his immediate loss of the public defender's services, and his negotiation to obtain competent substitute counsel just before the Halbach suit was filed." So a judge saw right through it. They didn't drop their fucking civil lawsuit. It was dismissed by a judge who saw right through it. Keep that in mind, folks. As you see here, had Judge Dietz sided with the Halbachs in this ruling, Stephen Avery and in turn his defense attorneys would have been deprived of any funds for the duration of the case. Yet, he also was not allowed to have a public defender due to his settlement as well. This is pretty jarring to me. Yeah, it's pretty fucking jarring to me too. So, yeah, folks, essentially the Halbachs attempted to do their damnedest to deprive Stephen Avery from retaining effective counsel. And yet Kratz wants to sit there and say, well, he had the rock star team of defense teams in Wisconsin. Yeah, and he was only able to have them because a judge saw through the Halbach's attempts to file a wrongful death suit against him. That's some dirty shit there, folks. That is some dirty, dirty shit. Oh my God, what the fuck? All right, folks, don't forget to go to Facebook, go to hashtag Justice for Bryant. There you will find all the information that you need for the GoFundMe campaign for Bryant Ellis and his father, Scott. Don't forget to go to the Kickstarter campaign and don't just donate, share. Share. And don't forget to follow me on YouTube. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, Mama Phoenix 6. Thank you all very much for watching. We'll see you soon.